Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 53 Ideas Pitch Competition hosted by South Piedmont Community College and Fifth Third Bank. We are here to hear from entrepreneurs who are talking about their passion and their purpose and how they're going to translate it into profit for these businesses. Entrepreneurship is the lifeblood of economic mobility, where you're not worried about your next bill, your next meal, your next paycheck, your next this or that. And that's what we're here for, to really steward these entrepreneurs. My name is David Hunt, and I'm the founder of Framework, an automated consulting agency for small businesses and startups, where our mission is to help 1 million startups and small businesses see at least $1 million in net profit. But without further ado, let's dive into it. First up, we have to honor Renee Hode and South Piedmont Community College for their sponsorship and stewardship of entrepreneurship. In this capacity, they have absolutely helped these entrepreneurs to grow, to understand themselves, and to map out really comprehensive plans on how they're going to take their idea and turn it into physical reality. Underwriting this is our title sponsor, Fifth Third Bank, who has been tireless in their efforts to really bring that energy and that enthusiasm towards entrepreneurship, founders, and people building businesses for the future to stand the test of time. We'd like to acknowledge Fifth Third as well as our promotional and training partners who throughout this program have helped to coach these entrepreneurs and these founders on everything from cash flow statements and analyses to how do you frame the perfect story and the perfect pitch, which is what we'll all be hearing today. We'd like to especially thank our sponsor, our title sponsor, Fifth Third Bank's Regional President, Lee Fight, who we'll hear a few words from right now. Lee?
Good afternoon. I'm Lee Fight, President of the Carolinas region for Fifth Third Bank. On behalf of Fifth Third Bank and our over 1,000 employees in the Carolinas, I would like to welcome you to the finale of the 53 Ideas Pitch Competition. I would like to first thank our partners at South Piedmont Community College Small Business Center, including Renee Hode, for their tireless work to make this competition a success, from early ideation to narrowing the field and overseeing the valuable training sessions, and now pulling it all together for the incredible event we are here for today. At Fifth Third Bank, we are committed to supporting entrepreneurship across Charlotte and throughout the Carolinas. We are very excited to again be supporting the 53 Ideas Pitch Competition because it not only helps in the short term with access to capital for the winners, but also in the long term through financial education for all participants. We all know that the Carolinas as a whole are seeing an influx of business, and with that growth comes opportunity. Entrepreneurs like our 10 finalists who find the courage, do the work, and make that commitment will be the ones who capitalize on the growth. I assure you that you will be blown away by the pitches you will see today, and I'm grateful that I will not have to help select a winner from this extremely talented group. I can't say enough about David Hunt and Nicole Hawthorne, the winners of our 2020 and 21 pitch competitions, and how they've been able to use the seed money to significantly grow their businesses. As our MC, I'm sure David will have some words of wisdom for the finalists today. Thank you for joining us for this exciting finale to the 53 Ideas Pitch Competition, and very best of luck to our 10 finalists.
Thank you so much, Lee. And now I'd like to introduce the people with the toughest job in the room, our judges, who are going to listen to each of these pitches and eviscerate you. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to give constructive criticism and ask some really intentional questions to make sure that you are the right business to invest in.
Hello, I'm Sharice Duncan, and I am owner of Efficio Inc. We are an education and consulting firm, and we help entrepreneurs get to the core of their business. We work with CEOs, owners, and founders, and we help them implement skill sets that allow them to function in their role correctly. We also help them implement profitable, sustainable, and cash-rich business operations. We pride ourselves on helping entrepreneurs get transmogrified. I am so excited to be here today, and I am ready to get this party started.
My name is Matt Vilmer. I'm the owner of Vilmer Caudle Law Firm. We do business work, and we also do litigation work. We're based here in Charlotte. On the business side, we help founders and startups create the company of their dreams to make sure that it's structured properly. We also represent people in merger acquisitions, also in contract drafting, and trademarks and copyrights. On the litigation side, we handle lawsuits of all kinds. So for business owners and businesses, if you're being sued or you need to sue somebody, we handle that. Also, I'm personally involved in the Level Up program with South Piedmont Community College, where we help to instruct entrepreneurs and assist them in their entrepreneurial journey. For anyone that wants to schedule a consultation with any of our lawyers based here in Charlotte, you're more than welcome to go to our website, vilmercaudle.com, to schedule a consultation at a time that works for you for free. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Linda Hughes. I'm the Technology Innovation Manager with the National Institute of Minority Economic Development. And our mission is to actually look at how we can strengthen the asset base of diverse population through policy, education, and economic opportunities. And we do this with our 4 lines of business, in which we have our policy arm, and then we have our technical assistant arms, which provide assistance to our clients. And then we have our financial arm that actually assists you with getting funding that you need. And then we have our last arm that actually helps you connect with that corporation or the public sector. And I am so excited to be here, and always love to continue to partner with South Piedmont Community Colleges on their different projects. And you can connect with the National Institute to see how we can help you grow your business at thenationalinstitute.org, or you can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. And I'm excited to get this party started too. So let's go, David, come on.
Let's go. We're about to get this party started. But before we do that, sorry, a little bit of housekeeping for you all to understand exactly how we're going to be judging these contestants. And it's based off 5 criteria. First is business model, the types of ways in which you're generating revenue, whether that is a subscription, licensing fees, or beyond. Your budget and break even. Did you just write your finances down on the back of a napkin, or did you actually take the time to be intentional about what your startup costs will be and what your predictive revenue might be? And customer validation. Are you actually engaging with potential customers or existing customers, or are you all in your head? One of the challenges of entrepreneurship is getting out of your head and into the streets and the minds and the hearts of your customers. And your unfair advantage. What really differentiates you from your competitors and makes you stand the test of time? And finally, your presentation. Are you sitting there? Are you being boring? Are you not engaging? Or are you speaking to the passion and the purpose that you have that is driving you and crafting a compelling narrative that's really here to showcase your business and the opportunity at hand? With that being said, we're looking at our top 10 finalists who have been whittled down from hundreds of applicants that are now here to present to you. First up, we're going to have Lewis Adams representing Blessings in a Box.
Hello, judges. Thank you guys so much for this opportunity. My name is Lewis Adams. I'm a teacher, and my business idea is Blessings in a Box. So what is the issue today? Millions of students in America cannot afford the school supplies that they need to be successful. And unfortunately, our teachers are purchasing these supplies for them without reimbursement. So my solution is to open a 501c3 nonprofit business that enables anyone to sponsor a classroom by purchasing a classroom supply kit subscription box. From there, my business, Blessings in a Box, will send blessings in a box that consists of all the school supplies needed for each child in that classroom directly to the classroom that you choose to sponsor. So let's talk customer validation. Believe it or not, but 15 million American children today come from households that do not have the funds needed to purchase school supplies. And 3.5 million public school teachers purchase supplies for their classrooms for students in need without any reimbursement. My unfair advantage is that Blessings in a Box is a business that gives everyone the opportunity, that helps strengthen the future of our America, our children, and they can also do this by helping our teachers who are in need also for just $39 by purchasing school supplies. My business model is going to operate on a sponsorship platform. For $39, you can purchase what's called a one-time blessings box. That'll be a one-time box my business will send to the classroom of your choice. And at that point, each child will be blessed with all the supplies they need to be successful. For $350, you can purchase a monthly subscription box. That'll be a box of blessings that keeps on giving throughout the school year, each month of the entire school year. So what would I do with the funds today if I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough to win this competition? 20% would go to hire 2 part-time employees, 25% would go towards an advertising expense to help people understand what Blessings in a Box is and how we're going to help people. 55% would go to purchase the school supplies and the boxes I'm going to place these blessings into for these children. My revenue projections are after 6 months, I'm looking at having 100 sponsors and $5,000 worth of revenue. After month 12, I'm looking to break even right there in year 1 with 200 sponsors and $10,000 worth of revenue. And after 18 months, I'm looking at having 300 sponsors and $15,000 worth of revenue. So why my business today? 15 million children in a school in America today go to school each day unprepared because they cannot afford school supplies. And on average in the United States, a public school teacher spends approximately $900 each year out of their own pocket for students in their classroom who cannot afford supplies. And unfortunately, they receive no reimbursement. And with your help today, I can help millions of teachers and students who are in desperate need with Blessings in a Box. Thank you so much for this opportunity today.
Talking about blessings, you took us to church on a Thursday, so hallelujah. Thank you, Lewis. Now it's up to our judges so they can ask questions.
Wonderful presentation, and this is definitely a blessing. This has been a challenge in several communities for a very long time. I would like to know, this business takes off. It is everything that you think it could be. Let's say you get the 15 million customers or 12 million customers. I'm sorry, I don't have the exact number, but let's say you get all of those customers, the influx, immediately. Can you handle that? Have you built infrastructure? Have you built goals, resources to handle this business will be successful starting off?
So great question. Part of the funds today would go towards hiring part-time staff to help me get started. And if I have 15 million children that I can help, that's a wonderful problem that I'm looking forward to have. And yes, I'm absolutely ready for the challenge.
Great. Well, thanks for your time today. I guess my question is, it sounds like you wanted to start a 501c3. Is there some reason why you preferred a 501c3 as opposed to a for-profit company?
Absolutely. So the donors to a 501c3 receive a tax benefit for that, and that is the exact reason why I want a 501c3. I want to receive as many donors as possible.
So I'm looking at, my question is, you have a large cover area that you're doing. Have you actually looked at what clients are you engaging with in the local area and how you're doing that and how you expect to expand into all of America? Because that's a large scope.
That's a great question. I've talked with local representatives from Anson County Schools at the central office. There is a need there that they agree to. There is also people that are willing to help right away. So there's people there that want to help, but they just don't know how to help. So right now, many people's idea of helping is, I want to place a notebook in the local box at the local grocery store, but there's so much more potential. And Blessings in a Box gives someone that opportunity to help. With just a few clicks of a button and just $39, I can help people all over America. And the process, basically, with my business, what I want to focus on is that keep the price point as low as possible. So everyone doesn't have discretionary income to spend $90 to $100 to give away, but $39 is a lower point, and I want to utilize that to help children all over America today.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Lewis, thank you so much. Now the judge is going to take some time to deliberate.
My name is Lewis Adams, and my business is Blessings in a Box. The journey leading up to the competition has been fun. It's been challenging. It's been outstanding to learn so much about how much of there is a need for this business. So it's been exciting, it's been challenging, but overall I'd say it's really been eye-opening for me. We received some excellent training throughout the course of the 53 Ideas Challenge, and just having someone that has so much experience, you know, whether it's starting your own business or understanding financials. When you're an entrepreneur, you know, you have to understand all of that. So it's important when someone that's done it before can come to you and say, you know, this is what you need to do and how you do it. And they were fortunate enough to do that for us free of charge. It's been really meaningful and impactful for me and Blessings in a Box. I think it's always important when you see someone, like I said, that trained us. Several of them gave them examples of kind of what they did and how they got there. And you know, when you're an entrepreneur, you're looking, you see, you think, wow, this is really difficult. But others had those same challenges and they overcome them, and that's why they're successful. So hearing someone else's story while they're struggling, you know, you're not the only one to struggle, and just keep pushing forward. My long-term vision for Blessings in a Box is that there's millions of students in America right now that can't afford their school supplies. So the sky's the limit. I mean, there's millions of students that can't afford it. There's going to be millions more coming, unfortunately, that probably can't afford it. So the need and the demand is unfortunately not going to dissipate anytime soon, I don't think, until this business gets established, and then we can make an impact and we can make a footprint all over the United States. Sure, I'd like to add a lot. First off, thanks so much to South Piedmont Community College. Renee Hote has been outstanding. I've asked her 150 questions and she's done outstanding. Fifth Third Bank, the sponsor, of course, is wouldn't be possible without them. I can't say thank you to them enough because it's tough starting off a business, right? And it's really tough if you don't have funding. And something like this is going to impact lives, whether it's me or someone else. You know, they're going to make an impact, and that's you got to applaud them for that.
Learning the piano is one of the best things you can do for your brain and your cognitive development. And up next, we have Chris Singleton talking about the keys to piano.
Good morning. My name is Christopher E. Singleton Sr., and I'm the founder of the Keys to Piano. There's millions of people that have been led to believe that learning the piano is something that's impossible. They've been annoyed, bored, and confused with the traditional methods of teaching the piano. Companies such as Kinder Music, while they allow students to have fun, if you ask a child what they learned, they might not be able to tell you. With the Keys to Piano, they might be able to tell you as well as teach you something. So I was in a room of 4- and 5-year-olds and I asked them, what's the top color of the rainbow? They told me red. What's the top of the alphabet? They were able to tell me A. Every single student was able to find the letter A after that. At the end of the class, 15 out of 18 were able to choose a color at random and give me the correct answer. The next time we met, 12 out of 12 were able to do so. One of those students named Savannah said, Mr. Chris, I want to be a piano genius like you when I grow up. And I sat and thought, I thanked her, of course, and I said, I haven't gotten here overnight. There was a lot of trial and error. There were events that I've been at, and I noticed that people seem to gravitate towards my Legos, so I started to gravitate more towards Legos. I was asked, do you do piano lessons? And I wanted to start doing more group piano lessons. I've invested about $2,700 into my business, so with 15 visits to schools, I can be allowed to break even. Right now, I have songs that are ready to be recorded. I have a website being built, and I just received a $200.50 grant from Charlotte is Creative to go towards my marketing. I've connected with these advisors, Javelle, who's going to help me with my social media, Heather, who is going to help me with she's going to help me with customer validation, and Sarah is going to be able to help me with website as well as email marketing. If I were to receive just $2,500, I would be able to invest in getting my songs recorded and mixed and start getting some keyboards to be able to sell. If I were to receive the full $10,000, I would be able to have a 61% return on investment because my focus is market and profit. However, I could receive a 93% return on an investment. What I would like is more chances to share this idea so that I can end up on podcasts, so that my ideas can be heard by more people, so that I can gain some revenue, so that my ideas can spread around the world, so that it will inspire me to create new ideas which will turn into new products and start the cycle all over again. My name is Christopher E. Singleton Sr. I would love to thank you for your time. My idea or business is called The Keys to Piano, and you can follow me on _thekeys2 on TikTok, on Instagram, on Lego, as well as Threads. Thank you again.
Christopher, thank you so much. Now we'll have some time for our judges to ask questions.
All right, great. Thanks, David. Christopher, thanks so much for your time. I think that was great. So my question in particular, and let me just start this by saying my plan during the COVID lockdown was to learn piano, and I failed miserably at that. I did nothing. I think if I would have had a program like yours, that would have been helpful. My question is, if the plan of your business is to go into schools and teach piano, what is the plan ultimately to scale that business? Is it limited by just you and how much time you have, or are you planning on hiring people to provide the same sorts of lessons to students in school?
Cool. So one thing is I plan to launch an app called Notes. and that'll be worldwide. So many people will have access to it. But I also have already started typing up assembly, so I'm going to eventually hire people to help me put on assemblies at various schools.
Thank you.
Great job, Christopher. And my thing is actually piggyback off of where Matt was going with this, how you're going to actually reach more people. Is it just you and all that? But my thing is, I want to know, because my son is a Lego fanatic, what is the correlation with the Legos and what you're doing? What is the Lego piece?
So basically, if the boards that you have in front of you, most of them I got to arrange by color. So for instance, if you look at Gonzo's nose, it's violet. So he is going to go to the violet line, which is a G for Gonzo. Okay. And if you look at my shirt, Hakuna Matata, Ha is in yellow. So if you see the syllable Ha is in yellow, you're gonna naturally or hopefully go to the C on the piano. So that's the correlation, the smallest way I could get it.
Okay.
This sounds like a lot of fun. And I think young kids, they need to have more fun in their learning as well. So in terms of your target market, why are you targeting schools instead of having the parents bring the children to you? Is there a specific reason why you chose to do that?
So I go out to vending events and I would like to target schools as well as daycares because it allows me to be available to teach what I need to teach. If I'm doing lessons, it's going to limit how far the Chris and Frankie method can go if I'm doing individual home lessons.
So they're already in the learning process.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Christopher, thank you so much for your time and explaining these details around your business. Now we're going to give the judges a little bit of time to deliberate.
So my name is Christopher E. Singleton Sr., and I'm the founder of the Keys to Piano. The journey to this opportunity has been amazing. There's a lot of things that I actually had to stop doing just to make sure that I was prepared for this as I could be. The workshops from South Piedmont have been very beneficial, like especially the pitch deck. I had no idea how I was going to answer the questions that the judges, like basically I didn't know what the judges wanted to know, and watching that pitch deck especially helped me to narrow down my slides. I want to say I probably had like maybe 30 slides, then it got narrowed down to like 16, and now it's down to 13. So, and just how to present your business, like all those classes was really beneficial to me being able to put everything into a box. Being that they had workshops, I looked up other workshops. So, you know, it just instilled this mindset in me that there's information out there to help you get to where you need to be. So you just have to watch what is available and inquire with other people with what they know about. So my long-term plan for this business is to, number one, get an app developed called Notes. I want to have an assembly starring my piano characters, Chris and Frankie, and then I just eventually want to have more so the assemblies in various states. The apps is going to be able to go around the world, but the assemblies in at least 3 states, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Connecticut, because those are all home places for me. And then from there, see what happens. But actually, I'm going to be getting connected to an animator. So I'm going to see, hopefully within the next year or 2, Chris and Frankie as an animated series, maybe Netflix, Disney, who knows? For me, something that my mom had said to me during a very rough experience that my wife and I went through was not yet. I'm gonna give a little bit of a backstory. So in 2015, my wife and I were expecting, and we ended up having a miscarriage around 9 weeks. The second time we were expecting was in 2017, and we were expecting twins, and around 19 weeks, we ended up losing them both. And my mom said, this is not God saying no, it's Him saying not yet. So this idea that I've had has been out for a while, but now it's refined, and now is the time for the idea to get out there.
Nonprofits are responsible for so much impact across the world, but who's responsible for nonprofits? Here to tell us that are with Plan, Tell, Give, David Casper and Shane Frazier.
Hey, my name is Shane Frazier. This is my business partner, David Casper, and we have Plan, Tell, Give. We help nonprofit organizations do more, reach more, and raise more. We came up with this idea when David runs a successful nonprofit. I have an advertising company. I help him reach the community. He had an event. Another organization had the event at the same time, which really limited the nonprofits and the donors to be able to invest into it. So what we did is we are here to break down the silos. We bring together nonprofits, donors, volunteers, and businesses all in one. David will explain how.
So imagine this, a calendar where every single nonprofit event is listed in your area. That way, if you're a donor, you know how to spread out your money. And if you're another nonprofit, you know when and when not to plan your event. That's phase one. Now, every nonprofit gets a voice. Every nonprofit gets a profile. Every nonprofit gets an event on the calendar if they choose. And if they want more than that, then there's a monthly fee. Phase two is where we take those nonprofits and we offer them top of the line software to help them plan the events to maximize their impact. I've been a nonprofit for 20 plus years. I know how to plan those events, and my tools will be available to everyone. Phase three is where we take over their event and we run it from start to finish. Registrations, through payment, all the way to the donor thank yous afterwards. There is not a platform where all this happens at once. So we're starting in one county here in Union County because this is the county we know best. We're already at these events. We know these owners. We know these people. 2 experienced leaders. 0 direct competes here in Union County or in the nation. And just after North Carolina, there's thousands more. So like I said, free basic profiles for everyone so that every nonprofit gets a voice no matter how big or small. There's a monthly fee for enhanced profiles and posting. There's advertising opportunities for businesses to reach different audiences. And once we get to phase 2 and 3, there'll be tiered pricing based on revenue of a nonprofit. Our break even, as you can see in the budget here, is 11 months, one county. Our strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats are very known to us. We're busy men. We manage multiple companies. But that allows us to know who to bring to the table and when to bring them to the table. So we know what we can do to make this happen.
So what we did was we went to the nonprofit leaders that we know in Union County. We went to volunteers, donors. We told them of this idea, and they all came back and said the same thing. This is needed. When can we get started? So we went straight to the source and we said, hey, we have something. We are ready to take this to our area and really create that community calendar so that we can get the volunteers, we can get the nonprofits, and get everyone on the same page. So what we're doing is we're asking, can you help us maximize the community impact through our different ideas that we have?
Again, David Casper, Shane Frazier, Plan, Tell, Give.
So plan your events, tell your community, and give of your time, your talents, and your treasure. And judges, if you can give them some questions.
All right, Dave and Shane, thank you. You all did a great job. That was a great presentation. I love the scope of what you all are doing. But just to give a little bit more clarity on how you all are doing this, are there any particular nonprofits in Union counties that you already have actually established an opportunity to be a client with you? I know you say you already reached out. Have you all have any solidified?
So we have multiple nonprofits that as soon as this goes live have given us a we're green to go. So we know that they want this, we know they've been needing this, and we want to give it to them as soon as possible. My nonprofit being one because someone planned right on top of us.
Oh my goodness, okay.
And that can be hard to swallow, especially when you're looking for donors. So you're fulfilling a need. Has this need been fulfilled before and failed? What makes your project different than the ones that have come before you?
So currently there is not a community calendar specifically for nonprofits that is outside of like a small, I'm getting my friends together type deal, right? So we want to make this for every nonprofit because everyone's mission is valuable and deserves a seat at the table. So we want to take this and blow this out for everyone to have opportunity to meet more donors, get more volunteers. So they have been, to my knowledge, people that have done that. And so we have a really good concept and we have people that are already bought in.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. My question is, what is the subscription cost for an enhanced profile on your website? And then how many of those subscriptions do you need to sell to break even?
So we have a subscription cost of $10 monthly, or you can go ahead and pay the upfront cost for the year. We need to sell about 100 of those to break even.
And there's other opportunities that we have that we mentioned before with sponsorship. So our real market is not the nonprofits from the profitability standpoint. It's more of the sponsors and other businesses that want to reach the nonprofits as well. So that was one of the things that we decided.
And subscriptions are a runway to the tools, which is where they'll spend the money.
Yep.
And you brought up a good point about the tools that you're all utilizing. What type of tools are y'all using? Are they user-friendly, or how are they going to be for the nonprofit? Because nonprofits, the learning curve got to be short.
Sure. So most nonprofits use spreadsheets to plan their events. This is an intuitive tool that walks you through A all the way to Z and gives you a vendor list to help.
Thank you both so much. We're going to give the judges a little bit of time to deliberate.
All right, my name's Shane Frazier. This is David Casper, and our company is Plan, Tell, Give.
So the journey leading to today kind of started when Shane and I were on the cover of Business North Carolina together. And then we formed a really good friendship, and then we worked together through a nonprofit, volunteering in the community, ultimately culminating in this idea today. I think what Renee brings to the table is something very unique. I think she does an amazing job with her programming here at the Small Business Association, and I am super excited to be able to participate in those trainings and conferences. I think that they make you think outside of the box and challenge you to be a better person.
I think coming up with the actual plan has been our main one, like sitting down, not just going through a scorecard, but actually thinking through all of the different facets when it comes to the business to make sure that we have thought through every aspect as we went through and created the business plan for Plan, Tell, Give.
What does the competition mean?
I think the competition for us is a way to validate some of our idea and then showcase two great minds working together in a way that benefits the most people. I think our long-term vision is simply maximize impact. I think that's simple. I think that's attainable. I think it is definitely thought out in very phased manners, and the way we roll out our products will be strategic in that we will have people asking for more along the journey, and we will be able to deliver again and again.
This competition, I feel, has been an awesome thing for entrepreneurs, for individuals, or anyone that's really thinking about getting started with a business. It really makes you focus on building out that plan to know exactly what you want to do. So for us, it has been a great experience through Renee and the Small Business Center.
I think this opportunity is a runway for folks. The lights come on and the electricity hits and your adrenaline rushes, and you know, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? So I really appreciate this opportunity.
I think we all know that pictures tell 1,000 words. So here to talk about that is Sapana with DiagnoSketch.
I'm Sapana Adhikari, and I'm very excited to tell you about DiagnoSketch pages. We know that pictures explain stuff so much better than words, so why don't we use them more in medicine? Well, they're too detailed, they're not relevant, and they're expensive to produce. The average cost of a medical illustration is $750. This leads to poor health literacy. In the US, it's at a 2nd to 3rd grade level. increased cost of care, and poor health outcomes. Because of these lack of visuals, we rely on rough sketches, confusing verbal explanations, and hard-to-read paperwork. Clearly, we need better visual resources. My solution is Diagnose Sketch Pages. It's a medical illustration service that creates pictures for bedside patient education. My pictures are simple, relevant, and easy to understand at the bedside in just a few minutes. So how does it work? A doctor or nurse tells me what picture they need, and I create it. Step number 2, the picture is then used for bedside patient education. Step 3, the picture is then sold on a website. A customer could buy certain pages and create their own custom bundle. Who is our customer? It's anyone who takes care of patients. So that's the doctor, the nurse, the hospital, or the clinic. I surveyed over 65 clinicians and I spoke to 6 different clinics. They all like how this is customizable. It answers the questions that the patients actually ask. It's a low-tech solution at a good price point. My survey indicated that the average purchase would be 3.2 pages, and one clinic actually ordered 100 pages after testing out my initial prototype. I get my customers through personal connections. That's at conferences and workshops that I already attend. I'm already in this space, and also through targeted social media. Who's on my team? Well, it's me. I'm an ER doctor. I have 20 years of clinical experience. I'm also a medical illustrator. My first book of 100 simplified pictures of ER diagnosis has been out for just a couple months, and we have greater than 700 in sales. I also work with an intellectual property lawyer and a health literacy expert, also a financial expert. So the budget and break even. It costs $3.70 to make one page. That's color printing, lamination, and shipping and handling. We sell one for $15. That's a 65% profit margin. Year 1 sales we predict to be $500. Year 2 sales to be $1,000. After startup costs, we need to sell about $1,100 to break even, and that happens at year 1.5. So where are we now? Well, we've established the authority. Currently, I'm prototyping. I have developed over 60 images, and they're currently being tested across the United States. At this point, I'm ready to launch. I know the medicine, I know the art. I just need help on the business and marketing side of things. If I were to win the $10,000, I would use that for website development, developing an e-commerce platform, and targeting marketing on social media. I hope with your support to turn these scribbles into easy-to-understand images for better patient care. Thank you so much for your time.
Sapna, thank you so much. And to all my past relationships out there who have ever broken my heart, I'm going to use Diagnose Sketch to show you exactly where that pain has translated and why it's been so challenging for me. But in the meantime, our judge is going to ask a few questions.
Sapna, very wonderful presentation. This is so needed. And the panel and I, we were talking about our parents and how we need to be more cognizant of the needs in terms of a visual representation. So great presentation. So I always cringe a little bit when people say anyone as far as their target market. So I really want to understand, are you targeting private offices, private doctors' offices, medical facilities, large hospitals, or individuals that are going to sell within the organization?
Okay. So far, I have had very limited marketing, and people have reached out to me, and it's been a variety of people who've reached out to me. So it's doctors and nurses who've reached out to me, but also clinics. And so the reason why I'm saying everyone is everybody needs this resource, and I think that this could be bought by an individual person, or it could be bought by a whole clinic, and that's what my testing has actually shown me.
My question, and fantastic presentation, by the way. My question is, it sounded like you personally are creating the medical illustrations. Is your thought process long-term that you will continue personally performing these services? And if so, how do you think you're going to be able to scale your business if you're doing the volume of medical illustrations that are ordered?
Okay, great question. Yes, I'm the one who's producing all the illustrations. It takes me about maybe a week to create one illustration from start to finish. If it's something that I'm not super familiar with, it can take up to 4 weeks. So the average illustration takes about 2 weeks to present. To create. Initially, I like to be heavily involved because I'm the one who knows patients. I know what questions that they're asking. But eventually, as we scale up, I think some of the finishing, some of the final touches can be outsourced, and so I'm thinking about that as the future direction.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'm enjoying this presentation because it's
Thank
great
you.
information. But going off of what was asked here, just to get a little bit further, because you create these illustrations yourself.
Yes.
Have you looked at intellectual property or trademark with what you're doing and
Yes.
how you focusing on
Yes.
that?
So one of the people on my team is actually an intellectual property lawyer. Every image is copyrighted. We know that there is a lot of copyright infringement going on. Initially, we're planning on just doing print, and so that is harder to copy. When you do try to copy it in a copy machine, the lamination actually makes the pictures dull, and so it's actually, thank you.
Thank you so much. We're going to give the judges a little bit of time to deliberate, and I'm going to take some time to mend my heart since I've been reflecting on that.
My name is Sapana Adhikari, and the name of my business is Diagnose Sketch Pages. My journey leading up to this competition has been long. I've had this idea for years. I don't really have any business background, so I was just kind of reading books and watching videos and teaching myself. I knew I had an idea, but I didn't really know how to implement it. This program really helped me kind of take my idea and teach me the steps I need to turn it into an actual business. The program has been very eye-opening. There are so many resources that are here locally, and I never knew that these existed. I never knew you had to think about these things when you're starting a business, and so the structure of the program, the classes you have to go through, you know, marketing and customer validation and you know, the break-even, all of that you need to think about before you start a business, and I thought that was key to any entrepreneur. I think the most valuable skill I learned was being able to effectively communicate your idea in just a few seconds. I think it really makes you hone your business idea. What are you trying to do, and who are you trying to help, and how are you going to be able to implement it. So I hope to continue growing. I really do feel like there is a need for what I'm doing. I hope to kind of explore more resources that are available here in Charlotte, and I hope to reach out to some of the teachers that I met along the way and some of the fellow entrepreneurs I've met through this process. I think I'm just at the beginning, and I'm excited to explore further. I would really like to thank Fifth Third Bank and South Piedmont Community College for putting together this program. It's been something I've never experienced before, and I'm really, really appreciative to the structure, the organization, and just the whole opportunity to take part.
Wellness is so important. You only have one body. Like, my body all over your body, it's your body. But seriously, and what we're about to learn is how to take care of your body. From Q Nicole Vanderhorst with WH Farms.
My name is Q Nicole Vanderhorst, CEO and founder of WH Farms Co. In 2015, I found myself struggling with anxiety due to the death of my father. My doctor prescribed a prescription option, but I was really more interested in a plant-based solution, so I chose CBD because I was in a medicinally legal market and I was very intrigued by the therapeutic benefits. And boy, was I shocked. Not only did my body positively respond, but it improved my cognitive function and overall lifted my mood. As a result, I even was more intrigued, and I traveled to a legal cannabis country to really understand the social and economic benefits, so I traveled to the Netherlands. In 2020, I launched WH Farms Co., a vertically integrated botanical manufacturing company specializing in premium CBD and helping others find quality CBD products that they can both trust and trace. We cultivate our industrial hemp and non-psychoactive hemp, I might add, on industrial legacy farmland in eastern North Carolina. We actually are USDA licensed, and we help to empower disenfranchised farmers. There are hundreds of thousands and millions of Americans that are suffering from chronic wellness issues throughout this country, such as insomnia, diabetes, hypertension, as well as pain relief. And our hemp-derived CBD products help to overcome a variety of those challenges. Currently, there are also thousands of brands that are seeking to serve this customer audience who's interested in a more plant-based wellness lifestyle solutions. And our goal is to help those brands launch or expand their CBD product line through our white labeling services, while also destigmatizing and educating on the benefits of medicinal cannabis and hemp through our online education platform. Our business model takes our customers through a two-pronged journey where through our empowerment events, also educational opportunities, digital marketing expos, and trade shows, we introduce our customers to the medical and the economic benefits of CBD through our subscription-based online educational platform, or customers can go to our website and book a white label call to learn more about our white label services as well as our products. In the first 30 months, we were able to sell over 80,000 units. We were able to help over 120 white label customers, and we acquired intellectual property assets to both protect our brand and our formulations. Our current competitors do create therapeutic wellness products, but they don't cultivate, extract, formulate, and manufacture ahead of market the way that we do, which is our competitive advantage. We also, because we cultivate, can extend to the textile industry, offering more manufacturing jobs and also textiles that have therapeutic benefits. With this grant and other resources, we plan to not only scale our business over the next 2 years by developing that scale to launching pad, by adding 300 white label customers, also expanding our formulation and our equipment resources, growing our business development team to attract international brands so that we can pioneer an industry, create hundreds of jobs, empower farmers in rural markets, and spread the magic of CBD.
So that was beautiful. And one of the things is demystifying this industry and all about hemp and CBD, which is really powerful. So now we'll give the judges a little bit of a chance to ask some questions and demystify a bit more.
Well, thank you very much for your time. That was a fantastic presentation. And oddly enough, in our law firm, we represent a ton of people in this particular space, and it's kind of fraught with regulatory issues and all these things potentially. But I guess my question is more specific related to your net profit. Yes. And so it sounds like you do both white labeling and retail sales. What portion of your net profit is generated by white labeling versus retail sales, and why have you chosen to do both as opposed to just narrowing it down to either retail sales or white labeling?
So your question about, or your comment regarding the regulatory challenges really do pose a number of expenses for our small startup. And so as a result, we make retail options available on our site, mainly for our white label leads that are interested in sampling our products. We are not a retail-based company, we are a B2B company. And so the white label products that are on the site for sale help us to automate that sales process to really nurture our customer so that they can sample the quality of our products and our formulations and manufacturing and then decide to become white label customers. In terms of the percentage, 80% of our business is white label customers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great job, great job. I love this presentation. On the education piece, I love that you're educating. Are you doing just online, or have you expanded to like local or in events type concept?
So we actually have an online subscription-based education model that focuses on the economic and medical benefits of legal cannabis. And again, we focus on hemp, non-psychoactive industrial hemp. And we also host conferences in person and online, as well as workshops and webinars. And we partner with other industry experts to also offer education as well.
And off of that, you said subscription-based. What percentage is that bringing in? Because you said 80% white label.
So 80% white label. Our subscription-based model launched in February of 2023. We have a profit model to turn it into a 7-figure revenue stream. However, at this point, it's only bringing in a very small percentage of our revenue because it hasn't been adequately launched.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Question. I know you mentioned textiles. So
Yes.
Do you white label textiles as well? Because that is a huge market.
Yes. So at this point, we are cultivating industrial hemp, and the fiber is used for the purposes of developing textile products, and we will be offering that through a white label model. And so we're just in product development at this stage.
Wonderful.
Thank you. So we'll have infused socks and weighted blankets and all of the things.
Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation and work. Now we'll give the judges a little bit of time to deliberate.
My name is Q. Nicole Vanderhorst, and my company's name is WH Farms Co. We launched WH Farms Co. in December of 2020. and we were seeking opportunities to help disadvantaged farmers as well as businesses that were suffering during the pandemic increase their profitability through our premium CBD that we cultivated on our farm. And the journey leading up to it really was one that allowed me an opportunity to see the resources, the team, and the opportunity that the business model offered to really spur and create new economy in both rural communities and around the country. First of all, the business idea has been refined by the training, so much so that I asked Renee for the other 6 that I didn't attend so that I can attend all 12 trainings virtually, because it was the robustness of the information and the quality of the educators. They did a phenomenal job providing relevant real-life business experience to really bring some of these lofty economic and business concepts down to, the entrepreneurs, so that they're able to really understand how their business fits in the type of information. So it was great both professionally and personally. I think that I was able to grow. I really enjoyed, and I have enjoyed, meeting others throughout this competition, developing those relationships, using LinkedIn to keep those relationships going, and just recognizing how I can also be a positive contributor to the ecosystem in North Carolina amongst the business owners. Well, I definitely was able to really better understand our break-even analysis, even though I had an understanding of it because I tend to manage and watch our finances on a weekly basis. It gave me a more technical understanding of the purpose of a break-even analysis as you're building a business. So that was one takeaway that I really appreciated. We believe in creating jobs and opportunity. The cultivation and the manufacturing aspect of our business has the opportunity to create hundreds of jobs, both in rural markets and in the Western Charlotte or Western North Carolina market, specifically Charlotte. And so our goal is to reach 0.5% of the global CBD market within the next 5 to 7 years. We have seen North Carolina companies do it. We know that it can be done. We also know that we have a phenomenal textile industry in this country, in this state, and we plan to merge our formulations that we have our IP protections on to really introduce textiles that are also therapeutic, so that we can help with the wellness benefits that CBD and plant-based hemp offers. I definitely want to thank Renee. I want to thank all of the instructors, the judges, and also the other participants. I think that it's been phenomenal brainstorming and working with them in the various trainings, and this entire process has been super seamless. And so our company is grateful. We're grateful to be a part of this phenomenal pitch competition, and most importantly, we're grateful for the investment that's been made into our business competency through the educational programs.
Kids are always moving and frantic and all over the place. But how do you move their minds? And here to talk to us about that is Melissa McCall with Moving Little Minds, LLC.
Hi, I'm Melissa McCall with 100 Days of Literacy Activities. America is in a literacy crisis. 68% of fourth graders in the U.S. are not proficient in reading. Why should we care? Well, it's estimated that illiteracy costs the U.S. $300 billion a year, and those students that aren't proficient are much more likely to end up in jail or on welfare. I've been in the field of early education for over 15 years, and I've seen it firsthand. Children that enter school with a strong literacy foundation have success. And that is what has motivated me to create the 100 Days of Preschool Literacy Activities. This simple 5x5 pad contains engaging, research-based activities that are proven to build a strong literacy foundation. You simply complete an activity, pull off a page, and you're ready for the next day. My target customer is families with children ages 3 to 6, preschool teachers, and homeschool parents. I polled over 120 Charlotte parents and found amazing news. 89% report that they work with their children outside of just reading books. But are they working on the right things? Well, that's where I have the unfair advantage. I'm a preschool literacy teacher, and I've done these activities with my students. I've opened the minds of the parents and the teachers about the amazing capabilities of our children, and my pad will do just that. The market's huge for early education products. In fact, by 2030, it's estimated there'll be almost $700 billion in sales. With such a huge market, why am I different? Well, I'm convenient, time-saving, and my pad contains all 6 literacy components into one simple design. I plan to sell the unit for $21.99. That does include free shipping, and my break-even point will be 68 units. If I'm able to buy in larger quantities, my net profit will be around 45%. That does include 5% of every single sale going back to donate a pad to families in need. My gross profit by year 3 will be around $84,000. I plan to sell direct to consumer via my personal website, Etsy, boutiques, and bookstores. By year 3, I plan to be partnered with public school systems, daycare chains, as well as charity partnerships, which is most important, so every single child has a fair shot. I don't have all the marketing skills, which is why I've partnered with Anna Stallman Communication, which is a women-owned PR firm here in Charlotte, as well as Nova Office Strategies to get my product printed. With $10,000, I need your help. $3,000 will be used to market, so I can get a good plan for that. $3,000 for inventory, and then eventually to develop other pads and an app. So, are you ready to change the future of our children, one piece of paper at a time? Thank you so much, and I'm happy to take questions.
Melissa, thanks so much for that. Kind of makes me want to go back to the days where I used to watch the Rugrats on Nickelodeon and be a kid so I can engage with this. But for now, we'll have the judges ask you a few questions.
Melissa, great job, great job. I love this presentation. I love the information and all that, and how you actually strategizing and how you're actually getting into your target market and looking at everything that you can actually expand into. I just got one add-on question. Had you thought about, talking about literacy, had you looked at people with learning disabilities, special needs, besides them? I see you saying your target market, because that target market 3 to 6, are you encompassing them in that target market, or is it just regular literacy?
That's a great question. So the original pad will be targeted to ages 3 to 6, but when you think about children in that special needs, they may or may not benefit from the activities in this. The other funds will be going towards other pads, so like a 0 to birth to 2, an older pad, so definitely that's a great market to look into as well. Thank you.
Well, Melissa, I love this concept, and it is a physical pad that the children are going to be using. Can you tell me a little bit more about the interaction and how the learning actually happens? Are the parents working and reading with them? Because I know time is part of the issue as well.
And it's good that you mentioned that. So the 11% that said they do not work with their children said it was because of time or they didn't know what to do. So the pad will have a QR code that will take you to a video that will quickly demonstrate what to do. And then you'll have that like 6 lessons. So each day you just complete the activity. It will be parent guided, pull the tab or pull the page, and you're ready for your next day.
So you have a technology component.
Yes, it will be a QR code that goes to a video.
Excellent.
Well, thank you very much. That was a fantastic idea and presentation. Have you thought a little bit about how you were going to protect your intellectual property associated with this? Because it seems like the barrier to entry may not be incredibly high for this type of a model.
Exactly. I have looked into both copyright and patent. That's something that I would definitely need some support through the business as well as the funding, because it's a very complicated market. I don't know. It seems like this design would already be out there with like a daily calendar. So that is something that I would definitely need some more guidance on.
Thanks.
Audience, while you prepare to change the future of the children around you, we're going to prepare with the judges to deliberate a little bit.
My name is Melissa McCall with Moving Little Minds. So I'm a preschool literacy teacher, and I've done professional development for preschool. I've been working with SCORE Small Business, and 53 Ideas showed up. I had the idea in my mind, but this really pushed me to put my product out there. The trainings have been amazing. They really walk you through from start to finish everything that you need to know to open a small business. The biggest thing that really stuck out to me is the pitch training. I've never pitched an idea. I'm an educator, so that really helped me figure out from start to finish what investors and companies would be looking for. One of the skills that I found most valuable was learning about the financial side of opening a business, learning from start to finish how to lay it all out, where to get your funding, and how to move forward. My long-term plan is to continue plugging away with early literacy, professional development, and growth. I want to be able to train parents and teachers about how invaluable early literacy is, and so I plan to continue putting my pads out there and motivating everybody. I just want to say thank you so much to South Piedmont Community College and Fifth Third Bank. This has been such an amazing experience, and I'm so honored to be able to be a part of it.
Excited to learn about this next contestant who is actually going to help me not be the errand boy for my family when I get a text message at 10 p.m. asking to go drop off some hair supplies because their stylist ran out of them. So here we have with Glamour Bay, Kaylin Joseph.
Good afternoon. My name is Kaylin Joseph, and I am the founder of Glamour Bay. Glamour Bay is essentially DoorDash, but for hair and beauty products delivered to your house within 2 hours. A little bit about me: I am a singer. I just opened up for Mary J. Blige last year, and because of that, I change my hair a lot. And sometimes I don't have time to shop at 2 or 3 different stores or haggle with the hairstylist about a wig. So the problem that I'm trying to solve is price, delivery, and time. Price, because I don't think hair should be upwards to $1,000. Delivery, because there's no service for hair products and also bundles. And time. If you order hair online, it takes almost about a week for it to get in. So my solution is the Glamour Bay app. Quick on-demand delivery, convenience for the everyday consumer, and affordability. Our initial customer is a fashion-forward female between the ages of 20 and 35 who live in a major city. Our competitors are Sally's, Amazon, and DoorDash. Sally's has limited delivery for products only until 3 o'clock. Amazon has poor quality of hair, and DoorDash has some beauty supply stores that they partner with, but only in select cities. The global market for hair is booming. By 2028, it's going to reach $3.43 billion. Looking at the market validation for DoorDash, in 2021, $4.88 billion for revenue and 25 million monthly users. So how will Glamour Bay make money? We're going to charge delivery a flat fee, 20% markup on products, 400 to 600% markup on our 12-way hair, which I'm wearing right now, our Glam membership fee, and 5% commission per order. And this is just an example of our markup of our hair. So customer discovery. We talked about 100 women, and here's what we found. Hair is really important, and so is price. Wigs and bundles and braids save time. Sometimes women don't have energy, and they want to go home after long days of work, and beauty supply stores is like a maze. Year 1, we're projecting 2.3 million, and year 5, 115 million. Our finances, between average of 4K customers a month, we're estimated 6 to 9 month duration to break even. Our goal at Glamour Bay is to be an inclusive community. That means everyone's entitled to be their most authentic and beautiful self. Our advantage, our app development has over 15 years experience. We have celebrity hairstylists, we have celebrity influencers, and also on the app we're having a feature where you try on the hair and book a stylist. By 2026, we want to be across all 50 states and looking to go overseas. And right now we have beauty supply stores signed on. Here's a look at our app, and I thank you so much.
Feel a bit offended because you all are only talking about women when men need their updos too. But in the meantime, we're going to allow the judges to ask you a couple questions.
Kaylin, beautiful presentation, and love the hair.
Thank you.
And you're right, this market is booming, and especially for women who want to look nice even in the hot months and even in the cool months. So my first question is the distribution model of the beauty supply stores that you have targeted. Did you look at their model to make sure they're able to fulfill the orders if you're looking to compare your process with DoorDash?
Yes, so we looked at their inventory, and also we partnered so far with 6 beauty supply stores, and each in our initial target market, they're 6 minutes apart from each other. So if one store doesn't have it, we jump on to the next one.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I thought it was great. The app idea is wonderful. I guess my question is more about logistics. So if the idea is to get products into people's homes within 2 hours of them ordering it on the app, physically, how are you doing that? So are you hiring full-time drivers to drive back and forth, or what does that look like?
Yes, so 2-hour delivery is going to be an option for an extra cost. So it's going to be same day within 6 hours, but you have that option, and we will be we'll have full-time delivery drivers, yes.
Okay.
Thank you for this presentation. Great information. I have to say, yeah, we're always looking for hair. I always go on Amazon ordering hair. So looking at your market, and I see your markup on for you to break even and all. You say your target market was glam women. Had you looked at what salary range that can afford your product or your services, rather?
So I haven't looked at salaries, because the whole reason I did this was to bring luxury, affordable hair to women. Okay. So they didn't have to spend an arm and a leg to feel like their most authentic, beautiful self. They wanted 26 inches, they shouldn't have to break the bank for that. So whether it's someone in college who wants maybe $100 wig, or someone who wants a $400 wig, there's something for everyone.
Thank you for that. And now we'll give the judges a little bit of time to deliberate.
My name is Kaylin Joseph, and my company is Glamour Bay. My journey leading up to this competition has been an interesting one. I'm fairly new to entrepreneurship. I thought of this idea last year, so I've been doing a lot of research, finding my strengths and weaknesses to make my company a success. The training has helped me tremendously. It helped me it helped me take a step back from my business and look at all aspects and see where I was doing very well and where I might need just a little bit more help. The skills that I learned would be how to pitch correctly. I think prior to this, I was kind of winging it, but going through the seminars and really paying attention and taking notes, I think I've kind of aced how to pitch. My long-term goal for my business is to be nationwide in the next 5 years. I know it's going to take a lot of work, but I think I'm up for the challenge, and yeah. This has been an amazing experience for me to learn and grow, for me as a business owner and an entrepreneur, and also for Glamour Bay.
All right, up next we have Just Joe's with Jovan Wright talking about the right way to do breakfast and the right way to do business.
Hello, my name is Jovan Wright, and I am Just Joe's. Have you ever been on your way to work and you wanted something that was convenient, nutritious, and inexpensive? Well, I call that C&I, and that is Just Joe's. I remember when I lived in Texas, and I would stop and get a breakfast taco because it was convenient. It was nutritious because it didn't have all of the processed foods that McDonald's and other places have in it, as well as it was inexpensive because I got a lot of bang for my buck. Now, did you know that the food truck industry is worth $2.7 billion annually? And there are 319 Mexican restaurants within North Carolina. And out of the 24 in the Charlotte area that serve breakfast, none of them have breakfast tacos. Well, guess what? Just Joe's is here to solve that problem with C&I. I'll be convenient to businesses that I have partnerships with, like Cut and Mo Bros, as well as it will be nutritious, like a hug to your stomach, as well as inexpensive. I will start out a small business working out of the back of a van, and in 2 years, I promise you, I will have a recognized food truck. How am I going to make it profitable? By selling 60 to 70 breakfast tacos a day, which means around 2 to 3 tacos, up to about 35 people. My overall starting budget is $53,917. $50,000 will go towards a van, $180,000 will go towards advertising. Then I have $1,193 that will go towards equipment, and $269 will go towards my starting food ingredients. I will also give 15% of all tips to feeding the homeless. So by selling between 60 and 70 tacos 4 days a week, I will hit my break even in 1 year and 9 months. After talking with Dr. Wright, who's the owner of Jovan's Soul Food Restaurant, and Kimberly Lilly, who's the owner of Lilly Catering Restaurant, they both helped me hone in on my budget so that I would know my wants and focus on my needs and not just my wants. The food truck industry focuses on people in the age of between 20 and 45. And for me to get to my target audience, I will work with my partnerships as well as working through social media. So I did a survey, and through my survey, I found out that 73% of people will pay $5 to $6 for my tacos, 92% will stop at a food truck. I'll go on down to my 50% who absolutely love my bacon, egg, and cheese taco, and then 10% asked me to do a vegan option, so I made sure that that was on my menu. One of my advantages is that if there's ever another issue like COVID, trust me, I will safely make the food and then bring it door to door, cutting out the middleman like DoorDash. And one of my disadvantages is that I'm dyslexic and I have dyscalculia. And so even though I may flip my letters and my numbers, I will be using Toast so that my customers can order online and pay online so there would be less mistakes. Thank you so very much. I am Just Joe's.
Thank you so much for that, Joe. Now we're going to give the judges a little bit of time to ask you some questions.
So I absolutely loved your presentation. Your energy was infectious, so thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
I guess my question is, I noticed that a cornerstone of your business plan is inexpensive. How do you feel that competing on price will ultimately affect your ability to grow and generate as much profit as you want to generate?
So by breaking down the price of food, I leveled myself so that I can hit my 1 year and 9 months. If I do have to lower my prices because of the economy, I'm able to do that and still make a profit.
Okay. All right, and just real quick, so my only question there is, have you thought about raising your prices above $5 or $6 a taco?
I have thought about it. I just want to be in competition with some of the other Mexican restaurants that are here in the Charlotte area. And so after looking at them and going to places and figuring out that they put a little bit into $5 and I could put a lot of it into $5, then I know that I can pull a customer faster than probably they could.
I love this. Oh my goodness. Great energy. I love your energy. That's all I wrote down. Your energy is great. But on that, we're looking at the market and all. I love your research that you did on your market, from the food trucks here in the area to the people and all that. So had you looked at any opportunities at like doing marketing towards corporation to bring in products to like their morning meetings on Mondays?
Well, that's why I have some of my partnerships with, I have a hairdressing salon, I have a contractor, I have a dentist office that wants me to come in at least once a week and bring in some of my breakfast tacos. So bigger corporations, tell them to come call Just Joe's. I could definitely bring some tacos for you.
I see that you mentioned your disadvantage. Is
Yes.
there a reason why you mentioned that in your presentation?
The reason why I mentioned my disadvantage is because when I was in the 6th grade, my teacher told me I would never go to college. And from that, it was the fire within me. And I graduated with 3 college degrees. I graduated High School National Honor Society. So even though it is my disadvantage, I know how to work through it. And this competition has helped me work through and know that I am able to do it.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Your teacher was wrong, and I'm happy that, you know, they said that to fuel you to where you are today, and it's a beautiful path that you're on. We're going to give the judges a little bit of time to deliberate.
My name is Jovan Wright, and my business is Just Joe's. So my journey leading up to the competition was fun, it was scary, it was frustrating at times, and it was absolutely amazing. So being a part of this has impacted me very much, especially in our classes. The class about budgeting and learning about banking and loaning and things like that was definitely eye-opening to me. It was definitely a way of learning and putting things into perspective. And like I said before, when it came to putting my budget together, and you know, when you want so much for your business and you realize your budget isn't for so much, but how you can grow that into being what you want it to be. That's definitely something that I took away from my classes, and I'm very thankful for that. Long term, you are going to see Just Joe's food trucks all around North Carolina and hopefully around the states that are touching North Carolina, so that I would be able to go and be hands-on and teach people how I do my tacos and how I flavor my food, so that they would be able to bring on and make legacies for themselves. I want to say thank you to everyone, especially Renee, because I have sent her quite a few emails at awkward times and she was able to get back with me. I also want to thank, and I know it's not a part of this, but I want to thank my wife and my parents, because if it wasn't for them and for their encouragement, I wouldn't be here. And the other person I would like to thank is the man upstairs, because without God, I can do nothing.
Grateful to present Takia Williams with Jexy. This is a testament to resilience of an entrepreneur who has gotten this far in the 53 Ideas competition before and is back at it again, stronger than ever.
One of the biggest challenges that I have, as well as Black cosmetologists, is finding hair tools that cater to the specific needs of tight curls. I've spoken with over 40 Black cosmetologists here in Charlotte and Chicago, and they're all saying the same thing. Right now, they're using these tools. Now, the Felicia Leatherwood Detangler is the #1 detangling tool in this space, but the Felicia Leatherwood Detangler lacks characteristics specific to the needs of tight curls. On top of this, it has short and hard teeth, which increases the risk of hair damage, increases detangling time, and there's no options for consumer customization. Black hairstylists need hair tools with built-in options to enable them to customize detangling in accordance with the specific curl type that they're handling at that moment in time, which is why I invented Jagged by Jexy. Jagged is an innovative multifunctional hair tool with widely spaced and flexible comb teeth that saves you time on detangling without hair damage or pain. Jagged has interchangeable teeth heads for customization and multi-use handling, enabling stylists to customize it to their clients' hair grooming needs. The market size of Black cosmetologists in Charlotte is 2,100. I will tap into 10% market share. The way I will do this is through a direct-to-consumer model. We'll sell Jagged for $49.99. We'll drive traffic to our website using social media content and targeted ads, and we'll also tap into partnerships with hairstylists here in Charlotte for referral play and access into their network by offering them small volume discount pricing. We currently have 10 hairstylists in Charlotte that are interested in Jagged. We've modified Jagged's design over 20 times over the past 9 years. We currently have a high-quality prototype that's in production. Once we receive it, we'll begin testing it with our test group. We'll begin sourcing suppliers with our supply chain management team for a November 2023 launch into the marketplace. As a registered nurse of 14 years, I didn't have a business background, so I tapped into small business centers in North Carolina in order to learn how to build a business. I've acquired over $17,000 in grants this year, and I have my own target demographic Facebook community for R&D of target demographic. Moving forward, I will be acquiring an industry-specific business mentor to balance out my disadvantages. Latika Mercer, she's a professional hairstylist and salon owner here in Charlotte. She tested Jagged for us, and she told us that the shield-like shape was uncomfortable in her hand, so we modified it to be shaped more like a computer mouse to be more comfortable for stylists. We will break even in 24 months with 100 Jagged sold per month, with the opportunity to capture larger share within this 36,000 U.S. Black cosmetology market through our partnerships here in Charlotte and Chicago. In order to do this, we need production modes, we need inventory, and we need money. So we're asking for $10,000 for the 53 Ideas pitch competition. And this is my team. I am supported by 3D Extremes for product development and the Profit Nerd for supply chain management. Textured hair consumers are looking for personalized products, better experiences, and authentic brands that they can see themselves within. We are that brand, and we intend to be the gold standard that caters to the needs of the tight curl community for decades to come. Thank you.
Takia, thank you so much. It really takes a lot to build physical products, let alone a business. So congratulations on that. We'll give the judges a little bit of time to ask you a few questions.
Takia, great job. I see your journey has been long, and actually you accomplishing it now. This is great. It's great seeing that you're actually on this journey and getting there. And I see you have your products. So looking at all your products and everything that you have going on, I loved your presentation. And the only thing I have to ask, I know you done went through all these innovation, different changes. Have you gotten to your patent? Are you still in the process with the final patent?
Yes, Linda, great question. So we will be getting to the patent within the next month. Right now, we're iterating our design with our product development team, and we also have our supply chain management team sourcing vendors. So we wanted to get the design down and solid before we go ahead and pursue a patent.
Okay.
So once we get that down within the next month, we'll be pursuing the patent, yes.
And I see that you talk about two different grips, the ergonomic handle or the pop grip. And I notice a lot of products, they have ergonomic grip. They don't really offer different types of grips for the stylist. And I think that was unique in you thinking about use of the product versus just the advantage of the actual application of the product. So I just wanted to make that mention. Great job on that.
Thank you, yeah. That's a part of the innovation. It's part of my creativity in my mind, just offering different options and differentiating ourselves within this market.
Yes.
Because a lot of products, they are the same within the hair tool industry. So it was pretty much me just figuring out how can we differentiate ourselves within this market.
I love where you are in this journey and the process. I think that's awesome. My question is, what is the cost to manufacture, let's say, one unit to where you arrived at your overall retail price of $49?
Yes, so right now, I don't have the information for my optimized version of that prototype, but for this prototype, my previous supply chain management team, we sourced a vendor in China and it was $1.95 per unit.
Okay, great.
Okay, what was the second part to your question?
And it seems like that's how you arrived at $49.
That's why I arrived, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's great overhead and markup, yeah. Nice,
Yeah, I was
love
trying
it.
to, I got to expand the product line, so I was trying to, make sure that we get enough profit to be able to do that and continue expanding and growing.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to take some time to detangle my curls, and we're going to give the judges some time to deliberate. So here we go.
My name is Takia Williams, and my company's name is Jexy. My journey leading up to this competition has been a roller coaster ride, completely. I took a lot of business classes through different small business centers here in Charlotte, and not throughout the state, honestly, to be able to acquire the knowledge to build the business. So I have a background in nursing, so I have a huge learning curve. So I took classes and I took different accelerators just to build my business knowledge to get me to the point where I could be in this competition to be able to pitch confidently and hopefully win. The trainings have impacted my business idea, again, with the pitch, just being able to develop that more and present it more with clarity to my target consumer group. Me personally, speaking has always been an insecurity of mine, so being able to participate in this and just work on being able to pitch to people has boosted my confidence greatly and my ability to be able to do it. I think the skill set of pitching, again, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but it is a skill set. You have to develop it, and you have to participate in programs like this to be able to do it. So that has been valuable to me. A lesson, I would say, is to make sure that you're shining and you're excited about your pitch when you're delivering it, and that you're delivering it with confidence. You want the people listening to be excited about what you're bringing to the market. My long-term vision is to continue to participate in different accelerators, particularly beauty accelerators, just so I can get that industry knowledge from industry mentors. Also capturing more hairstylists here in Charlotte that would be interested in partnering with us, and ultimately getting a beauty and retail partnership with Ulta Beauty. I would love that, and other retail partners as well. I want to say thank you to South Piedmont Community College and Fifth Third Bank for sponsoring this amazing opportunity. And also thank you to Renee. Thank you to all the instructors that we had for the 2 weeks of learning all that great information. And just thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it greatly.
Now we have Margaret and Morgan Hodge representing M&M Suit Shop.
I'm Morgan.
And I'm Margaret.
And we own M&M Suit Shop.
When we got married in 2022, I wanted to wear a white women's wedding suit. However, nothing was available local or within a reasonable budget, so I had to get a men's suit tailored to me. It didn't fit the way I wanted or instill the confidence I was hoping for my big day. This is a problem for all women in the Charlotte area, whose current options are to risk buying online, going out of state, or getting a men's suit tailored to them. They also have extremely limited fabric options, especially if they want a white wedding suit, and they don't get a personalized experience and are treated like just another customer. The wedding industry is projected to be a $16 billion business by 2028 worldwide, with $3 billion attributed to the United States. Our strongest competitor, the Suit Shop, increased their revenue $17 million over 2 years when they began to offer women's wedding suits.
Our solution was to launch M&M Suit Shop, a custom women's suit shop located in the Charlotte area. We use women's patterns, offer a wide variety of fabrics, including an exclusive wedding line, and we offer a personalized 2-on-1 experience so that our clients never feel like just another customer. We are the right team for the job, as we were the first custom suit shop focusing solely on women to market in Charlotte. As a wife and wife team, we're a member of the LGBTQ+ community, the majority of our target market. We are empathetic to the struggles of finding and purchasing a women's wedding suit, and we work with a female manufacturer who specializes in women's clothing, so from start to finish, we are for women, by women.
Focusing on capturing 50% of unmarried LGBTQ women and 1% of unmarried straight women in the Charlotte area, purchasing our standard wedding suit, we have the potential to reach gross sales of $225,000 a year in the Charlotte area. We then want to expand to North Carolina and the United States, where potential gross sales can reach $900,000 and $100 million a year, respectively. Our standard wedding suit nets us $900 per transaction, leading to a net potential income of $151,000 a year in wedding suit sales in the Charlotte area alone.
In order to reach our target market, we have a threefold approach. The first is to attend industry events, the second is to form strategic business partnerships, and the third is to collaborate with our marketing team, as we do not have a marketing background and this is our biggest disadvantage.
Our clients have left us glowing reviews, and we've adjusted our process based on their feedback to give them the best experience possible. Due to our marketing team's efforts, we've had multiple media appearances and podcast interviews.
Due to our marketing budget so far, we have seen an increase in sales of 40% with a projected sales of $20,000 by the end of the year. This is possible because our break-even point is 3 wedding suits per month.
With the $10,000, we'd like to increase our marketing budget to $7,000 to ride that increase in sales. We want to attend events as a vendor to get our brand awareness out into the community and to purchase wedding suit inventory so that clients can see examples of our products.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In life, it's important to be seen, truly seen, not just looked at. So thank you both for actually seeing people and seeing the women who are going to be wearing these suits. So everybody head down over to Nottingham Drive while we get questions from the judges.
Great idea. I love this concept. Are you guys wearing suits that you have? They look
yes.
great. They look wonderful. Are you planning on only doing the wedding suit, or what about the wedding guests or the wedding party? Or just anyone, because I would love to come to your shop and get a suit.
Great question. So the wedding suits are one line of our business. So we actually offer professional women's wear as well. And we do wedding parties, mother of the bride, all of that in addition to the brides themselves.
Good.
This is such a great idea. My question is, in particular, are there any other custom women's suiting shops that are maybe in New York or in Atlanta or something like that that you've studied? And if so, what have you kind of learned from their business model and how they work?
Sure. So there are other women's suit shops in New York and California, Florida, Louisiana, and all of them have a slightly different approach in what they do. Most have a limited number of customizations, and a lot of them do remote fittings. So one of the things that really is key to our business is forming the relationship with customers. So we really want that personalized approach. So that is what we're trying to offer that's different.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, ladies. This is great. I need suits because I'm very broad-shouldered. and it's hard to find them.
Understand.
So I need to come there beside. I'm not looking for bride. I need them from work. So I need to. That's why I was like, Cherise, I need to know if y'all do others. But looking at y'all pricing, you said it costs like $900 for the bridal suit, correct? How did y'all come about that pricing? Is it actually where you at to make a profit? How did you come about that pricing?
Yeah, so we actually have done some market research, and in terms of so those shops that offer online, they definitely do offer some, their price point is a little bit lower than ours. We find that we tend to run fairly in the middle. But yes, those online retailers that don't have as many customizations, that don't have as much fabric options, they are a little bit lower end. There are some in person, that brick and mortar stores that are $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. So we tend to find that ours are pretty in the middle, and considering what we are offering, very
affordable, high end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you both so much. We're going to give the judges a little bit of time to discuss, and we'll sync back up with you soon.
My name is Morgan Hodge.
And my name is Margaret Hodge.
And we own M&M Suit Shop. Journey leading up to the pitch competition was relatively straightforward. We found out about this pitch on LinkedIn through a friend of ours, and then we've been able to do the classes and do our practice pitches, and now here we are. We really had the opportunity to fine-tune our budget for our company and to make sure that all of the aspects surrounding the business were where they needed to be.
I think from my standpoint, specific skills that I'm taking away from it is definitely from the budget standpoint and the financials, to really kind of fully understand what it takes to get a small business off the ground from start to finish, really.
So our long-term vision for our business is to grow and expand. So right now we are located in Charlotte, and we eventually want to have shops throughout the Southeast and the rest of the United States. I think our big takeaways is how valuable the courses were that we were able to attend leading up to the pitch. Being able to have the specific topics covered in fairly specific detail was very helpful for us learning as we went along in this process. And so I would highly recommend that to anybody.
Absolutely.
Okay, wow. Now we're at the moment of pre-truth, where the judges will collaborate in terms of understanding which pitches really stood out versus those that didn't. So in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break, and you can join the conversation online using hashtag 53ideas and start dropping into the comments. Who do you think is going to take home the $10,000 prize, $5,000 prize, and $2,500?
2, 1.
Welcome back, welcome back. As you can see, these amazing people, these entrepreneurs next to me, we are about to go into the final moment where we're sharing who's won $10,000, $5,000, and $2,500. So hopefully you've been following along using the hashtag 53ideas, and we do want to honor our sponsors once again, South Piedmont Community College for really facilitating this, our promotional and training partners, and primarily Fifth Third Bank who underwrote this so we can make sure to get this cash in you all's pockets. So now without further ado, I'm gonna pass it along to Renee Hode, who's gonna give us third place, second place, and first place.
Thank you, David. I am so excited to be here. I can't tell you how much of a privilege it has been to host this competition for the 4th year and have Fifth Third support us. We had an amazing group of 10 entrepreneurs that pitched just before you, and now we're at that moment you've all been waiting for. Who's it gonna be? Who is taking home third place? Third place is going to Plan, Tell, Give, Shane Frazier and David Casper.
Wow.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Get in here. Here's your check, guy.
Congratulations to Plan, Tell, Give. I do take commission, so I expect a little bit of that check. Not really. Go ahead and invest that in your business. But I am going to pass it back to Renee Hode so we can figure out who's second place.
Second place. Are we waiting for it? Second place is someone who came out here and they fed our stomachs. And we are pleased to announce that Just Joe's with Jovan Wright, second place. Congratulations.
Thank you so very much.
You did an amazing job. Congratulations. You
Stomachs
did a
have
great
been
job again.
fed, minds have been fed, and now for the final, the pinnacle moment in terms of who is walking away with $10,000 to fund their business, to fund their future, we're about to see. So Renee, I'm going to pass it right back to you.
This one is amazing. They did a phenomenal job. And this is someone who came back from last year, persevered, and they're taking home the big winning check this time. $10,000 is going to Jexie Takia Williams. Give you a hug. Congratulations. You did an amazing job.
So thank you all, thank everyone. I've seen fake tears before, but those are tears of resilience. And one of the things I just want to leave you all with is building a business is no small feat. It's not something that's easy or easily done, but continue to push and pursue. Audience members, if you've seen some businesses here that you like and you want to support and invest in, please reach out or even become customers, spread the word. Everything helps. Everything helps to power these businesses and these individuals. And congratulations, not only to the winners of the Capitol here, but also to everyone for putting your best foot forward and just bringing your entire selves to this. Congratulations.
We're just milling around, credits are rolling. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Y'all good? Y'all feeling? You cool?